welcome back. Well, advanced planning is a very personal thing. It's also something that's difficult for us to think about.
For sure, but if we can fight through the uncomfortable part, we can make the lives of our loved ones so much easier after we die. Patty Cadorn is the founder of A Senior Moment. She explores topics that help seniors live their best lives, and today her focus is on preparing for after you go, which is so tricky. Hi, Patty.
Good to see you.
Thanks.
You know, for a lot of families, this is kind of a taboo subject. You know, either the children or the parents, it's awkward, don't want to talk about it. But you say that it makes the lives of loved ones so much easier, and it's something you know from personal experience.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. When my husband passed away, I was just amazed at the amount of decisions that had to be made, and then amazed at the what I call administrative tasks that had to be done, all while you're grieving.
Is there a difference in the amount of planning that needs to be done if you have a partner or not?
You know, I think so. I think if you're married or single, the amount of advanced planning that needs to be done is different. I know that when I was married and my husband passed away, I was part of his life 24/7. So I knew what credit cards he had, what bank accounts he needed to have closed. But if you're single or widowed, that task of sorting through your life is going to fall upon your children or your relatives. So I think you have to be more transparent and organized. I think the greatest gift you can give your children is the gift of information and organization.
Yeah, it's just so hard to think about. You have 3 tips to share today. They're going to help us think about this and kind of, I think it's like once we have a strategy, then maybe we can go about implementing it. And this is all before you die. So it's something to do probably sooner rather than later. And then you kind of are done for the most part. You probably need to update it. But
there's many more than 3 things that you need to do. But today I just wanted to touch on the things that some people have thought about, and then maybe some obscure things that some people have never thought about. So tip number 1, I call document control. And we all know to put our important documents together and someplace safe. But I may suggest that you take it one step further and then talk to your kids. Where are these documents located? If they're in a bank in a safety deposit box, which bank? And where's the key?
So what would these important documents be? Give us some examples.
Well, I'm not a lawyer, so I suggest that you talk to your legal professional. But some of the most common ones are a will, a medical directive, a financial power of attorney, and sometimes trust documents.
those are really important. There are some things too that people might not think about, right?
Oh, I was surprised at the documents that I was asked for. For example, I was trying to sell a car and they wanted the car title. And I just thought it was Toyota. But oh no, there is a piece of paper that you need when you sell a car, and I had no idea where that was. Other important documents that you really should keep safe: your Social Security card, mortgage documents, a home ownership deed, insurance policies, and I was even asked for birth certificates and marriage certificates. No idea.
Yeah, true. Okay, so and nowadays there's so many tech pieces of it. I would think phone, computer, tablet passwords, are those important?
Oh, definitely. Passwords are so important. And on later model iPhones these days, there's a feature called Legacy Contact, where you could add a person
online.
Yes, to your phone that will have access to all your Apple information. So
you can do that on your phone, or do you have to call the company?
No, it's right on your phone.
It's right on the phone. Legacy Contact.
Legacy Contact.
I got to do that today.
Yeah.
I saw that online.
Yeah.
What about other things that people don't think about organizing?
You know, what I ran into was I needed a list of subscriptions like Netflix or Hulu or even the Illinois Tollway and their passwords, or things that have auto withdrawal from your bank account or your credit card. That list is important to keep with your important documents also. All
right, so tip number 2, let's move on from documents. What's next?
Okay, tip number 2 is write it down.
Yeah.
This is especially important when you're planning your end-of-life service or ceremony. If you have certain hard feelings about the songs that should be sung, who should speak, the readings that should be done, the location, the officiant, write it down and keep it with your important documents. I keep telling my kids my wishes, and they keep scolding me. They're like, "Mom, we'll never remember. Write it down."
Good point.
That's
Good
so,
point.
especially if you're very convicted in how you feel about it. You want to make sure that you convey that. I think that's great.
Right.
And sometimes kids don't have any idea really of the value of your stuff to you. So it's important if you have things that are very important or personal to you that are meaningful that you convey that as well, right?
That's part of your tip 3.
Tip number 3, talk about stuff. Talk about which kid wants which possession and then share it with everyone. I know that when my mom passed away, the conversation with my sister was a little bit different. It was like, I don't want it, you take it. Well, I don't want it, you take it. Well, somebody should keep it. So those conversations are important. And sometimes the kids don't know the value of your stuff.
Or the history.
So what I've done is I've taken a copy of what I've insured on my homeowner's insurance, which is usually the stuff that's most valuable or important to you.
Yeah.
And then put that with my important documents. Because my kids don't know that that ugly painting in my front hallway is actually an oil painting and they shouldn't take it to Goodwill. And also it's important for jewelry.
Yeah.
What is costume jewelry and what's real jewelry? For example, they don't need to worry about my $25 diamond earrings when I'm gone.
Okay, we're out of time. Any last little something you want to slip in to remember?
Just write it down, talk about stuff, and document control. It will help your family tremendously, and they'll thank you.
Absolutely.
Such an
good
important
stuff.
conversation,
Such a hard conversation,
Patty.
but so good, Patty.
Yeah, you make
Thank
it so much easier by giving us this great list of things to do. So to rewatch this senior moment, I know there's a lot of information that Patty shared, or if you'd like to send it to one of your friends.
Or your parents.
Or your parents, be sure to visit our website. It's themorningblend.com.